All right, that is Sister Marcia, and I would love to, try and resonate with everything you're saying, but this comes at a very big cost. Kenyans, families, mothers, fathers, and even women and men have lost their loved ones in this fight for a different country, irrespective of all the electrification in terms of the energy that comes out of it. There are men and women today who watch graves of people who were not supposed to die because those in power felt their power was threatened. And I'm going to quote a few of your pieces of work as I ask you to make your conclusion on that. Tonight, I stand before you not merely to speak, but to call upon a people whose legacy is soaked in rebellion, whose lifestyle has always been a revolution in motion. I call upon the Rastafari community, not just in Barbados, but across the Caribbean and the African diaspora, to rise again with purpose and power. And this is in chapter called A Call to Embrace Courage. Rather, let me just get it right. It's called a call to courage. How much courage do we need to change our course? Because today, looking from outside, you see there's a lot of future. But these young people are feeling strained and they're coming to the end of their patience. When you hear young people saying in Kenya, I have nothing to lose, is that what you feel, that we have nothing to lose? Sister
I
Marcia?
don't. I wouldn't say you have nothing to lose. I know when we get to that stage, it's people are just tired. They are tired, and I know having sometimes we feel that in Barbados as well. You keep going. When are we going to get a chance to stop? And we get tired. And I heard you talk about the cost. The Rastafari community that you read about there from the book, they endured quite a bit. A lot of them got locked up in prison. Some died. Some were killed, just for trying to preserve our African heritage, to retain our African heritage. There were people who didn't want them to. And now we're very, very happy that we're reaping the benefit of it. All of our ancestors, they suffered. They went through. They paid a cost. Then they paid a price. Marcus Garvey paid a price. In the U.S., they'll tell you Malcolm X paid a price. There's always a price, and it is sad, to see what is happening. But I believe that with the international attention that Kenya is getting, I want the young people to know that they have established a very strong foundation already. It's not like they're starting from scratch. There's a lot of eyes on Kenya, and I believe it's going to get easier. It is going to get easier. There's always a cost, though. The cost for me is having a son who's lost his job, his government job, because I told you that's what happens here, where I'm not able to do any of my creative works. I am basically boxed out of, being able to do much in Barbados. I go on my platform, and that's what I have, you know, because of the voice, because of the stance that I've taken. There's always a sacrifice. There's always a cost. But I believe that the foundation has been laid, and sometimes, you're going to build the house, and the thought that you have to start from scratch is sometimes very daunting. But it is my belief, and you in Kenya, you would have to know for yourselves. But I believe there's so many eyes on Kenya that they're going to think twice in doing some of the things that they've done before.